Peekaboo. That was so stupid. Hey, what's up, guys? It's TFade here, and I actually got a notification that Skippy uploaded a video because obviously I'm subscribed to his channel. You should be too. But he's doing a little SQ tutorial here, and I haven't seen this yet. So I thought I'd watch it along with you guys and see what old Skippy's talking about with the SQeez. So let's see what he's got to say.
Here, back at it. I don't make videos anymore. I think I said the intro already.
But everyday audios.
I'm just putting this out there for reference if anybody needs it, because I know I was looking for ones that when I was trying to do this for my I'm gonna introduce this vehicle later, maybe in a couple videos, but it's my daily SQ-ish vehicle, let's just call it that. But I wanna kind of make a video on quick and dirty how to get your car sounding better. It's going to be using a couple different things that you need to buy to do it, but I promise you, if you do it, I'm not going to say I don't know what I'm doing anyway. I'm learning as I'm going, but
that's fair. If
you do what I tell you in this video, your system should sound better than when you're started. Unless you just got some godly, I don't know, something freakish thing that happened, but this should sound the way the music was supposed to be represented on a song. So
yeah, he's saying here that we're correcting. So he's obviously got a DSP, he's got his laptop there, and we're correcting for the room, right? We're not trying to remaster what the recording engineers did to the music. We're actually just correcting all of the atrocities that the interior of our vehicles wreak havoc on the response. So we want to just make it look like it did when the recording engineer put it out.
What you need, and what I have, you're gonna need a microphone.
That's a good idea. He doesn't, I don't think, let me see.
USB microphone, or I think they have one for the phone too also, but
yeah, you can see right there, that's the Dayton IMM6, no wait, that's the phone one, UMM1, and this thing is awesome. It's like $70, and I promise if you give a crap how your music sounds, it's probably one of the best investments you can make after a DSP. Otherwise, man, I'll tell you, you're flying blind unless you're like, you know, you're a golden ear, which is tough to do.
Gonna need a laptop.
He did mention that there was one for the phone, and that is the UMM6. It's like a teeny tiny little thing that jabs into your headphone jack, if anybody has one of those anymore. And I'll tell you, I've tried tuning off my phone, and it's a pain in the nuts. So if you have $70, man, I highly recommend getting the Dayton, the big one. And
you're gonna need to download Room EQ Wizard.
Everybody pronounces that differently. I say REW because I'm not saying Rue. That is Room EQ Wizard, and it is a free program. So $70 mic, a free program, and a bit of a learning curve, and you guys be on your way.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna be taking frequency responses of your system playing pink noise, which you also need to get, but that's anywhere. You can download apps that have it on your phone. I'm gonna run it off of Bluetooth from my phone, and but you're gonna be playing pink noise through basically everything, all of your speakers. So it's playing every frequency in the range, and you're gonna be taking a response of your vehicle inside car, if that makes sense. But you're gonna
yeah, pink noise is basically all the frequencies at once, from 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz. It's actually on a tilt. Like white noise is everything flat. Pink noise has a decay, they call it. So it's different than white noise. So when you're looking for input source material, you want pink noise.
So you're gonna be taking some readings, and you're gonna make graphs, and it's gonna show what your vehicle is sounding like. Now, don't be alarmed. Your first reading is gonna be all over the map. So that's where you can get away. Like this radio has some pretty decent features for tuning. Yeah, basically you're gonna want a parametric EQ, which I have, and you can't see by that because everything's dirty.
I mean, you don't necessarily need a parametric EQ. Parametric EQs are awesome, but you don't need a parametric EQ, a graphic EQ. So there's two different types, of graphic and a parametric. Graphic is probably the one that most of y'all are familiar with. It's a certain frequency and you can slide it up and down, right? Easy. Parametric, you can adjust the Q and the frequency. Well, some graphics you can type in manually the frequency, but a parametric, basically you can adjust the Q, and the Q is, so a graphic is set, so the gain and the cut is like this, the boost and the cut, so it's fixed at a certain, call it a TP or a mountain, whatever you want to call it. But a parametric, you can adjust that to how many surrounding frequencies are also affected. So if you type in 500 hertz with a wide Q, you might also be dragging up, 100 hertz and 1,000 hertz or something like that. So parametrics are, in my opinion, better. But I won't get too far into it. But basically, he's got 10 bands of parametric with the Dayton, and that's usually roughly equivalent to 31 bands of graphic. But either one is fine. I prefer parametric because you get more control. But like he said, you need a parametric. You don't need a parametric.
I have in the form of a Dayton DSP 408, I think.
Yeah.
So
the Dayton DSP 408 is $150, and it's worth it. I'm telling you, if you guys, like I said, if you guys care what your system sounds like, it's a great investment. It's probably the best bang for buck. There's one, the mini DSP is cheaper, but it's only 4 channels. The Dayton is a full-blown processor for $150, plus with the mic. So what are you're $220 in, and you can literally transform your system overnight.
I can, it's the best budget one I could come out with. There's different ones out there. There's more expensive ones out there, but for your basic, like I said, down and dirty,
definitely more expensive ones out there. I mean, you can spend just as much as you want, just about, with anything in audio
system. This is what you're gonna get. It's $150. It's got 10 bands for each channel, so it's ready to go. But I'm gonna go through the process that I think I know how, and if you do this process, your system will sound better. It just will. So let's get to it.
It will. If you
all right,
know what you're doing.
So like I said, you're gonna need to download REW, Room EQ, and you're gonna want to hook up your mic, which is right here. Really? Really?
That happens all the time.
And so the first step, from what I'm told, is you want to level match each side of your car. So what I'm gonna do here, I have my Dayton DSP hooked up. All right, so I'm gonna mute everything but my driver tweet. So I got my EQ set to flat, and I think we're gonna play this at, like, let's say volume 20, and I'm gonna take my mic and I'm gonna record around my head where my listening position is, and get a dB level reading on this Room EQ. So you're gonna want to open up REW, Room EQ, click the RTA tab, you're gonna want to record some frequency responses. So let's go to we're gonna play our pink noise, which I'm doing off of Audio Tool Bluetooth. Alright, so we'll hit record, and you're gonna want to move the mic around your head to get the listening position.
Look at that sexy beast right there. Good gracious. So what he's doing, what he's doing, I know he looks like a crazy person right now, but what he's doing and why he's doing it is that's called taking a spatial average. So basically the mic would just be 1 point. Like you could just jab it in the headrest or have a jig or whatever, but it only gives you 1 point in space, and obviously we have two ears and they're roughly 6 inches apart. So what he's doing is taking an average measurement called a spatial average. That's why he's waving it around. It's not real important how fast or how slowly you do it. It's just as long as you do it, you get a more accurate representation of what it sounds like around your fotch.
Yeah, just do a couple passes. I usually go to like 30 averages or something like that.
30 averages is a lot. I don't think many people go to that many averages. I do like 10 maybe. This whole process takes entirely too much time. Anyway, if you do 30 averages on every driver, I mean, you're going to be in there for hours and hours.
It's probably not that necessary. You know, you can leave it there for a second. Leave it there for a second. Alright. So then we stop our noise and then click save. So that saved our response for the driver side tweeter at volume 20. See, in this thing, we'll go to that later. But now we're going to do the other side. So we're going to mute. What do I have this as?
Just a tip, when you guys are doing this, his system isn't all that complicated. It's just a two-way. Well, just a two-way. But when you do that, I suggest naming whatever measurement you just took, because it starts to get pretty messy once those tabs start piling up. So just a TFade tip of the day, name those things so you keep track of them.
Driver mid. So we're going to unmute. No, not that. We're going to mute our driver tweet in mid. And we're going to unmute our passenger mid. And we're going to do the same thing. And we're going to see how close they are. So RTA. Pause our pink noise. And record.
Man, get used to that sound. Boy, I'll tell you.
See, this one's a little bit lower.
But, like, see how long that takes? You don't need 30 averages. But right now, you don't see him, but he's waving the mic around the way he did the first time.
Stop. Save. Alright, now see, click all SPL so you see all of them. You can see the difference. This one's quite a bit louder. I guess you can see.
What are you talking about?
See, they kind of follow the same curve back here, but right here, man, it's a big gap.
What?
So let's try to, maybe we're going to try to EQ all of this to average, but let's try to bump down the driver's tweet.
What are you doing? Why?
A little bit. Oops, wrong button.
Why?
Let's go.
What?
So this, mute that, unmute that,
right here.
And maybe let's try 2 dB and see where it takes us. Same volume, same everything else. RTA. I click reset averages. I don't know if you do or not, have to or not. But let's play our pink noise. You are waving.
Oh, something else that he did earlier. He was talking while he was waving his mic around. You don't want to do that.
All right. stop. See, that might have been a little too much. Let's see. So we'll save this, and then we'll see where it put us. All right, see, that's a lot better. Look how much, see how better that is matched up down here versus that.
Skippy.
So even that, and I forgot to mention, make sure you do all your time alignment before you do any of this.
Yeah, so time alignment is one of the first things that you do. Usually I do level matching first. Well, I get my crossover set and I do level matching, and then you do time alignment, and then you get into the measurements and stuff. I do level matching by ear, kind of rough it in, and I think most people do that, and then you fine tune level matching with what he's calling level matching right now. But the interesting thing is, you see, I don't know if you guys can see my cursor on the screen. You can't. Okay, but that response, the taller one, that was the driver's side one, and he was talking during it. But here's the interesting thing: is you see where there's that big uptick right there? That is likely, I'm almost certain, his crossover. So you can see there the gap between the vertical, the y-axes. That's 1 and 2K. So I'm assuming it looks like he's got his tweeters crossed over at 2.5 kilohertz, and he's trying to level match the shit below his crossover. I think maybe he got lost on which is which is what I said to label your measurements. But yeah, he's trying to level match all the shit below his crossover, and I don't know why he's doing it. I think he just got confused, and he said that's a lot better, and it's exactly the same. It's actually worse now, because the driver's side was already louder, and he attenuated the passenger side, which that's how it works. It's louder because it's closer to you. Now, to be fair, there is some merit in EQing stuff below or above your crossover point, but that's not what he's doing here. He's trying to level match, and I think he just got confused. Oh, Skip.
Which I have done. But you see how they follow? They're pretty close, man. See, they're pretty close already. You know, this dip probably can EQ out.
Your tweeters aren't playing that. Sure.
But then after here, you know, they follow this similar curve.
Yeah, that's their bandwidth.
So I think that looks good. So maybe should I bump it up a little bit?
Yeah.
No, that's pretty close. I feel like that's pretty close. So let's leave that there for the levels, and then we'll come back with the EQ.
Oh, Skippy. So, let's see. Takeaways here. Tweeters are funny, specifically because they're dominated by interoral intensity differences. So, what basically means that the one closer to you is going to be louder than the other one, obviously. And normally, you kind of want to dial them in. I mean, it's good to dial them in with the mic there, but you kind of want to clean it up. You want to clean it up with listening by ear if you get some, clean up your center. But good video, Skip. He didn't go into a whole lot of detail about what he's going to be doing, but it did say part 1. So part 1 is level matching and all that noise. Maybe I'll make a follow-up video. Other than making fun, watching alongside. But anyway, this video's gotten pretty long already, so I'll let you guys go. Anyway, any questions, comments, concerns, criticisms, drop them down below. And, TFade. I'm out of here. Oh, there's a little Big D shout out.